Should Caitlin Clark return to Fever in 2025 season? Caitlin Clark has missed the last 13 games in a row for the Indiana Fever with a right groin injury amid an injury-riddled sophomore season. She's only played in 13 of Indiana's 35 games this season, dealing with a litany of lower body injuries. In those games she has played, her shooting percentages have dropped significantly, no doubt a side effect of the injuries. And all season long, the question everyone always asks is, when will Clark return to the court? It's a question I'm sure Stephanie White is sick of answering daily. But I think it's the wrong question to ask at the current moment. The question everyone should be pondering is whether or not Clark should return to the court in 2025. Of course, the prevailing thought is that Clark should come back this season and help Indiana with their playoff push. But with seemingly no major update on her rehab, and the season rapidly winding down, it's fair to ponder if Clark should return in 2025. Let's take a deeper look at both sides of the coin and try to answer that question. The Fever's performance without Clark this season is a big reason why many fans want to see her return. They've gone 19-16 in 2025 without their star guard for the majority of the season. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, and Natasha Howard have played so well this season and deserve to have the best possible chance to win in the regular season and potentially the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, the Fever are 6th in the league at the time of this writing, putting them 2.5 games ahead of the 9th-place Los Angeles Sparks, who are just outside the playoffs at the moment. With just 9 games remaining, the Fever are in a decent spot to make the playoffs, barring a late-season collapse. Getting Clark back could be the spark they need, no pun intended, to clinch a playoff spot and maybe make a run. Giving Mitchell, Boston, and Howard the best chance to make a playoff run is a very good reason to want Clark to return. And of course, just how fun Clark is to watch is another reason. But what's the argument for Clark to sit out the remainder of the season? The long-term health of both Clark and the Fever franchise is the biggest argument for shutting Clark down for the rest of the 2025 season. Groin injuries are tricky, and one wrong move before they're fully healed can lead to disaster. The last thing the Fever want to do is rush Clark back for a few regular season games or a playoff game and have her re-injure that groin, costing her valuable off-season training or even games in 2026. Clark is the star of the franchise. The Fever's hopes and dreams of winning a WNBA championship rely on a healthy Clark leading the show, alongside Boston, Mitchell, etc. With all of the injuries to the depth on the roster, Sophie Cunningham, Ari McDonald, Sydney Colson, it doesn't seem likely that Indiana will win a championship this season, even with Clark back on the court. So, making sure that she's 100% ready to go for next season will be crucial. While that decision may be difficult to swallow this season, it could pay huge dividends going into the future for Indiana. So much of the optimism around the Fever's future is predicated on Clark becoming the superstar guard we all know she can be. And she can't do that if she's not healthy or still dealing with groin problems because she was brought back too early in 2025. It's an interesting debate to have, and to be honest, there's probably no right answer. Each side of the coin has its pros and cons. If I had to choose, I would probably shut Clark down for the rest of the 2025 season. Her long-term health outweighs a slim chance to make a run this season. But if she can somehow get back to full health before Indiana's season ends, I would love to see her back on the court in 2025.